Hello, hello. I better silence my phone. It will never stop alarming. I get so many notifications, it's insane. So this is kind of a test live stream. I wanted to do more lives because it has been forever since we've done any type of live stream. I think the last time really was during the severe weather outbreaks in the spring. And so I've been stuck in the office working ever since. And so I wanted to test this webcam and see if we're able to go live from the office. If so, I would like to connect with you guys a lot more. Keep you updated on our challenges, on our successes, and everything that we're doing. Let me see here. All right, looks like I can see it on the phone, but I cannot see comments or how many viewers we have here on my screen. So let me check. Yeah, it's doing the same thing it did in the vehicle. It's not wanting to show me the comments. So let me see here. Can we switch to live chat maybe for comments? Let me see if that makes a difference. If I can find it. So how are you guys doing this Friday while I look at my settings? Yeah, see, now it's just kicked me out. Okay, let's see. Subscribers followed, restricted, blocked. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my phone to be able to see your comments because for some reason it won't let me see them on the screen. But, uh-oh. I figured I'd give you guys kind of an update on how life's going. We have been busy beavers the last couple months. We're anxiously waiting for fall severe weather season, by the way. So we're just buying our time. We're in this dead season. As some of you guys know, we have a second severe weather season that occurs in the fall. And it is going to be on like Donkey Kong this fall. So we will be going live as soon as the severe weather kicks in. As for the business and everything else, we are doing well despite a lot of attacks. And I do mean a lot. We've had, I think we're up to 17 threats of lawsuit from disgruntled ex-contractors, from customers who approached us to try to rip us off with false damage claims. Just haters from the internet who have carried over since the trucking era. I'm shocked to know we had quite a few of the haters that were threatening and harassing me during my trucking business, and it cost me my entire career. This business here was a backup plan in case they were successful at harassing me out of the industry, which they were. We've been shocked to have quite a bit of carryover of those guys now harassing this business, now harassing our business partners, companies we do business with. And it's been a challenge. It really has. But I will tell you, out of 17 threats of lawsuit, I have won every single one. So if that doesn't tell you something, then you're just blind. Yeah, I remember we had one hard-hitting attorney. And I actually fired our attorneys at one point. They got tired of dealing with it. That people were harassing our attorneys, and they're like, nope, we're out. I don't care how much you pay us. We're not gonna stick with you because we're getting harassed. And so that's another video that's going to come. I got that on body camera. I was actually trespassed from our accountant's facility. They changed their tune real fast due to harassment we were receiving. But anyway, I had a hard-hitting attorney contacted me let me know that we're screwed. They're going to take us out in court. Uh, we violated this law and that law and blah, 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 blah. So I got him on the phone myself and I said, look, this isn't my first rodeo. I'm former law enforcement and we have done our due diligence under law and showed good faith, made a good faith effort to fix all of these issues. And what you're quoting is something completely out of our control. So how do you think that's going to go over in court? And I started quoting case law, and next thing you know, he was like, let's just make a deal and stay out of court right now. So we settled with no financial payment, by the way, because I let him know, you have no case against us whatsoever. And so I find it funny. We've had like 17 threats of lawsuit. We won every single one so far. Oh, let's check the comments. Dalton McDowell, I see you have an ad for Salina area. There's no money in road service. No. As a matter of fact, all of our road guys go broke out there. I have to laugh because our last guy, let me just tell you right now, I don't know why people are posting this on the Salina ads unless, I mean, Dalton, I'm not saying you're a hater. Maybe your experience is different, but our last guy that was out there was making between $1,500 and $2,000 a week. Like, we do well out there. He had without going into personal details and releasing private information, he had some sort of family conflict, and he was going to move out of state, last I heard, and that's why he quit. And so he had nothing to do with the money. The money was great. And so Manhattan, Junction City, Salina, all of those areas are hot areas for us. It blows my mind when people are like, no, don't do it, guys, you'll go broke. I'm like, let me pull up the pay summaries here. Let's see, $1,500, $1,200, $1,700. It's like, dude, I mean, maybe some people don't consider that good money. That's more than I make a week, and I'm the chief. So I think that's pretty good. Let me check some more of the comments. So what are you guys all up to on this Friday? Hey, Diana. Hey, Dwayne. I see Jerry, Brian, George. Oh, we got two Georges. One with a J and one with a G. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I literally had no agenda other than I realized, I'm looking at our page and I'm realizing with all the challenges, with all the attacks that we've had, the recent harassment, our staff had death threats. Just so you guys are aware, the FBI actually called me on the phone, as well as the local police department, who said they have reason to believe some guy's coming to take me out. So this stuff is no longer, this isn't internet drama. This is real life stuff that we've been dealing with. And I was looking at our page and I'm realizing as I'm dealing with all of this stuff and taking calls from law enforcement every day, and it's like, you guys don't get the full story. And you guys haven't really heard from me or how we're doing. And so I wanted to do more of this off the cuff. Hell, even I was talking to Carol, one of my good friends who also works for our company. And she was saying, she's like, I really miss back in the day. You used to just key up the webcam in the semi truck and you just talk going down the road, sharing your day. And I miss doing that. I would love to be able to do that here in the office. And then whenever I can break away from the office, I would love to do that on the road as well. Because I can tell you, I get stir crazy in the office. As nice as it can be to be in a climate controlled office, which never is an 8 to 5, by the way. I was up until good 10:30 last night. I was here for like 14, 16 hours here in the office dealing with stuff, but I get stir crazy because I've always liked to be out and about, and here we have the successful business, which is great, but then I get stuck here in the office and it's just, I don't mind it a couple days a week, but good God, it wears on you after a while. Hey, Christina. Christina says, I'm so glad your things are going well for you. I've been a follower since before the drama with the truck. I miss those days. Trust me, I do too. I very much miss those days. Hey, John. John's a friend of ours out west. So we look forward to seeing you more often here soon as well during severe weather season. I see Nick is on. We have William, Scott. We have 2 Scotts. But yeah, so I don't know. It's the whole, people don't see everything that goes on behind the scenes with a business. I mean, case in point, we had some contractors that quit recently, and next thing you know, they were blasting me. They were telling the other contractors, Brittany's never in the office. She lays in bed and she sleeps all the time, and she doesn't really work, guys. It's like, really? Do you not realize I have cameras everywhere? Ever since the hate started in the semi truck, these guys don't get it that I film everything. I about film myself sleeping at this point. My whole life's on camera because I've had so many false accusations against me that I'm just like, okay, you know what? We record every phone call. I record everything I do anywhere I go in the house, and I can guarantee you I'm not laying around unless I'm deathly ill or something. People don't realize, I mean, you're in here, sometimes it's 12, 14, 16 hours a day, and the give and take to that is, I might be able to take a day off here and there. If things are slow enough, I can just go, you know what, I don't feel like working, I'm going to take off. But I can tell you that's not the norm. I am stuck here in the office and feel like a slave most of the time. And I'm leading the company. So, but as Mark Cuban said a while back on Shark Tank, I would rather earn $50,000 a year, working 80, 100-hour work weeks, working for myself, than having to work for somebody else. And that's just, especially with the hate and harassment and everything that went down in the past jobs, it's like, I want to be someplace I can control things, and we make sure, when we are harassed, that they can't get to us, as one recent harasser found out. Let me check some more of the comments here. Love watching, Nick says, love watching your storm chase videos. Thank you, Nick. You need to come storm chase with us sometime. Seems like every time that we've tried, you've been either at work or school or unavailable. We'd love to bring you sometime. Josh says, if I see any one of your employees harassed, I'd stop and help like I would my LEO friends and firefighter friends. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, people don't understand how bad it got. A guy actually threatened to come after my entire family, to off, I'll use a safe word for video, off my entire family. Said this Christmas will be lonely for me. Threatened to come after me, threatened to King Ida Lincoln, one of my supervisors, in an outside area. He directly called and said, I am coming to your house and I will King Ida Lincoln you. It got bad. We're all scratching our heads over here like, we've done nothing to these guys. We try to serve the public. I think what pisses them off more is there's a small percentage of people that, for whatever reason, it's usually antisocial people. And we're very social people as a company. And we love building relationships. And that's made us successful. We're known as the Friendly Roadside Assistance Company. And so you have these antisocial people that just infuriates because it threatens them, because they don't know how to be social. And we become a target. and they'll find anything and everything to pick at. So it's like they're jealous of the success, and that's terrible, because I can tell you right now, like, my opinion is almost funny. I hear these stories. Towing and roadside, if you guys don't know, is a very rough neck, almost like oil field, rough neck, rough tumble industry. You're constantly having one tow company getting in a fight with another tow company, and these guys are threatening each other. And it's so funny because I have different state managers from different motor club accounts that come visit me in the office here, and she'll tell me stories of like them getting into fights and them furious because another competitor moved into this area. I am so polar opposite, because when a competitor comes into our area, I think it's great. um I don't know. I like a challenge, and I would much rather. I think if a competitor moves into our area and says we can do it better, that only motivates me to do this healthy competition thing where I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm going to figure out how I can serve the customer better. And it's like a friendly competition. I never get mad, and so it's so weird how some people think in the industry, because I'm like, hey, if we're competing, it's like playing Monopoly. I mean, I've had people get mad in Monopoly before, but it's like, why get mad? It's a fun competitive board game that you play, and that's what we do in Roadside. And so I don't get it. It is goofy. I'll play hooky. Nick says I'll play hooky and join. Keep me posted. Absolutely, will do. We're overdue for fall severe weather season. I mean, we're almost in September. And I can tell you the western half of the state on the high plains, they get fall a lot earlier than we do here out east. And we're quite overdue for a tornado outbreak in western Kansas. And so we're just waiting for a time to go out there. That's become my new favorite place, is western Kansas. And that's because it's so flat out there and so open that you can actually see what you're chasing, from somebody who's had actually driven partially into 2 tornadoes so far this year. Thankfully, they were EF0 and EF1 tornadoes, and so we came out okay. But yeah, I don't want to do that again. That was too close a call without an armored vehicle. Let's see. I see Tristan, Josh, Hunter, Geraldo, Andrew. It's good to see you guys. But yeah, so today here in the office, this is our busy day. So we run all of our, for lack of a better term, payroll. We hire contractors, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But they call it payroll system. It's just an ACH payout system that we pay our contractors with. And so Fridays are always busy for me, because I'm coming in here, I'm catching up on last minute emails, I'm working with insurance and expansion and hustling to get new territories opened. And it's like Fridays are our crunch time. Saturdays, thankfully, are a little more relaxed for me. But yeah, by the way, that's a question a lot of people have asked that I figured I would address. We hire contractors versus employees. And the big reason I wanted to capitalize on the trend after COVID of the work from home, have more of a home work-life balance. And for a contractor versus employee, an employee in Roadside, for instance, is probably going to pay a good 20 grand a year in taxes, versus a contractor who makes the same amount of revenue for that year. You can write off your vehicle, your mileage. If you set up a little home office with a filing cabinet, you can get a home office deduction that gets you like a third off of all your rent, everything else as a deduction. You can come out, a lot of our contractors come out paying 0 in taxes. So you imagine for a minute, you go, well, I'm losing benefits. Well, yeah, but you just gained an extra $20,000 throughout that year that you wouldn't have had, if you were a W-2 employee. Make your own benefit program at that point. You know what you could do with 20 grand a year? extra. I mean, you could invest in real estate. You can, you buy silver and gold, invest in the stock market. There's so many things that you can do when you have all this extra money. And imagine that 5 years out, that's an extra, 100 grand that you have in your pocket. And so I just think it's a better deal all around for both our company and also the contractor for those reasons. It gives them a chance to be their own business and still work with a reputable company like ours. So I love it. I couldn't say enough good things about it. And we've been highly successful at it. Let's see. I just contractor for those reasons. It gives them a chance to be their own business and still work with a reputable company like ours. So I love it. I couldn't say enough good things about it. And we've been highly successful at it. Let's see. Hey, Mama. She says, can't wait to go again. It was so fun. I know, you haven't even got to go in a tornado yet. Tori's already been inside of 2 tornadoes this year. The one time we brought Mama out, it was a flop. And it was supposed to be like a 15% hatch day for tornadoes, which is just off the charts high risk, right? And we chased all day and nothing. And so it's weird how some of those days work. And then we've chased other days out here where it was like 2% chance, it was very minimal chance. And we had a tornado drop, EF0, thankfully, but it dropped right behind us in the highway. And on the video in the roof cam, you can see this thing just coming across the road. I mean, when I did the in-cab facing rear, you just see this giant, ball of dust and debris in the middle of the roadway behind us. We weren't even 100 yards from this tornado. I mean, it came down almost on top of us. It was pretty wild. Is it possible to get one of your patches for my collection? At the moment, no, but here soon, yes, absolutely. We're rearranging some things in the office, and we're reorganizing our merch. We're going to come out with a whole merch line. And so I'll have t-shirts for you guys. We'll have it probably embroidered shirts that you guys can buy as well, that will support what we do, and help us grow as a company, and also give you guys something cool as a souvenir. And part of that, I do want to do the patches. The big problem we've had with the patches is it takes forever with the supplier that we had. I think we waited 2 months for a small amount of patches that came in. And so I've got to find either a local person that can do them or something so that we can get them in quicker. But we want to create a whole merch store. We actually want to, with some of the extra space that we're going to have, we want to create a whole room that's just literally just merch items that you guys can snatch up. And also we can give out if you guys see us on the road. So I would love to do that. Let's see. But I learned yeah, you did learn a lot about storm chasing, that's for sure. We did see a lot of scary looking clouds that day. So you should have come with us that day we chased out near Manhattan. When it dropped behind, you would have been, that scared me. So when you see a tornado, you see the funnel, and then suddenly you see the debris cloud on the ground right behind us. And then I'm watching this small debris cloud, and it just woof right up, straight up into the sky. And I'm just like, and you see on the video, I've got it on the TikTok, and then also it's on here, I believe, somewhere. But I've got it pinned on our Bree TV TikTok channel. And you just see this monstrous wall cloud, like this cakey, huge wall. And it reminded me of Moore, Oklahoma, with that. And in the case of El Reno, El Reno, Oklahoma. In that case, the entire wall cloud actually lowered on top of the storm chasers. And that's what caught them off guard, because they're watching this, condensation funnel that grew into a good stovepipe, and they're documenting it. Not only did it change paths and come right at them instead of going northeast, which I've had 2 do on me this year, but the whole entire wall cloud kept lowering to the ground and became one massive tornado. And it enveloped a lot of the storm chasers. As you know, a lot of them passed away on that storm chase. So I'm watching this that day, and I'm just like, we're gonna die. Like, we're 100 yards from this condensation funnel, and I'm like, if the wall cloud comes down, which is right on top of us, I mean, we're doomed. There's nowhere to go. And so I about shit my pants, not gonna lie. That one was a close call, and I'm pretty ballsy with that shit. But yeah, I think that's pretty well it. I mean, we've got a lot of things in the works. One thing we haven't released yet is we just went from 14 territories to 15, and we're about to add 3 additional territories. So we're about to go to 18 territories. If you guys are interested in becoming a road tech with us, you can apply directly on our website, midwestroadrescue.com. There's a big application thing on the top. I see all of those. So when you apply, I'm going to be the one. I let go our HR manager. Long story. Sorry, I won't get into it. I do all of those now. The only thing I don't do is the actual interviews and the training, the FTO. We have an FTO program where once hired, we will meet you out on the road, and you'll actually ride with a field training officer, is what we call it. And you'll ride with them for a couple of days, learn the job, get it mastered, and then we cut you loose. But yeah, if you guys want to apply, we have openings in, I gotta think everywhere we have openings left. We just hired a bunch of people too. Kansas City night shift, we have a big need. We also have some fill-in stuff between Kansas City and Topeka that we could use during the day as well. I think we've got a guy coming on in Emporia here soon. So I think we have that region covered. But Junction City, Manhattan, Salina, Wichita area, we could use some more help. That is a new and growing territory for us. And then we have Fayetteville, Arkansas now that's open and thriving. We're probably going to need a second person for that as well. Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, we need a second person for that. Just because the call volume is a lot higher than we expected. And so definitely if you're in those areas, apply. St. Robert, Rolla, Missouri, Lebanon, Missouri, we're looking in those areas as well. We're just now expanding into the state of Illinois, finally. Yay! We're going to have a new territory about an hour and 10 minutes northwest of Evansville, Indiana, going back into some of these other cities in Illinois. We're going to be covering the outskirts of Effingham and expanding into that area soon. And so it's a really exciting time, despite all of the attacks and everything that hit us and has definitely taxed our team emotionally and physically. I mean, we've done well. We're thriving, above and beyond all of these attacks. And I have you guys to thank for a lot of that. You guys have been so encouraging to us and supporting, and we appreciate it. We're, despite what these haters think, we're good people. We care about the community. We care about others, and we want to find a win-win. I want contractors to make money. I want me to make money. I want the community to make money. And we're out there to keep people safe. That's what we do. So yeah, I live in Joplin, which is a sore subject for you after that fiasco. Yeah, oh my God. We could use another Joplin person too, to be honest. I mean, I've got one down there in Joplin right now. I have one on the Arkansas, Missouri border south of there as well. But we're growing so fast, and we're constantly getting new accounts. And as our scores go up, motor clubs that we work with go by scores, performance scores. And as we perform better, because we're picking better people who are trained better and have more motivation because we're a good company to work with, we're running circles around the competition, and it's inevitable that our scores rise, and then we get first offers on jobs. So this is what some people don't understand who have been in Roadside is, you may have been in Roadside in Salina, like that one gentleman said, or Kansas City, Olathe, and said there's no work. We had some Springfield. I had 3 road techs with another company approach us from Springfield, Missouri, and said there's no work down here at all. And I started laughing because I'm like, our board for Springfield's full. We can't get enough people for Springfield. And so what you don't realize is, like, if you're outperforming the competition, which is just treating the customer right and making them safe, getting them on the road, you're going to get offered those jobs before any other company. And that's what's happening to our company. And that's why so many people are coming to us, is because we're doing the right thing and we're getting rewarded for it. And so our crew as well. I do road rescue in the greater Oklahoma City area. Already just keep lost it. There it is. My feed's moving on me. Keep busy during my retirement, but wouldn't argue getting paid. It's always nice, right? Yeah, I didn't even pay myself this week. That's another thing as a business owner. Sometimes you don't pay yourself just because you want to put extra money back into the business and invest it. So, when, if you ever do plan on coming this way. So we're keeping an eye right now on Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're as far as Veneta, Miami, some of those outlying areas over there, and then on down to Springdale, Arkansas. We're not far from Tulsa, and then we're also south of Wichita, all the way to the Oklahoma border. And so we're not opposed to start branching down south as well and get into Oklahoma. So I would definitely keep updated. We probably won't do it in the next 3 months, but I think the 6 to 12 month time frame, we would definitely be looking at Oklahoma City, Tulsa, hopefully after that, maybe Amarillo, Texas, and then after that, Lubbock. I would love to get down to Texas as well. That'd be freaking awesome. Anyway, I've got some phone calls coming in here. This is, like I said, this is our busy day here in the office, so I need to get back to working for my team. We're in the final stage. Call coming. Okay, I gotta go. Love you guys. Talk soon. Throw in an application on the website, MidwestRoadRescue.com, and I will talk to you guys soon.